Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a scene for the Living World of Darkness Vampire Camarilla venue. This scene is set in the underground where our lovely kindred have been sort of retreated to a couple of nights ago. And it's here that Nikki has just returned with Arthur from a run to their respective homes to grab a few things. And um, she comes in and she sets her stuff down. And she she said that she was going to show Arthur her throwing knives. So she does that. And then she goes to find Alec because she wanted to speak with him. And finally properly meet her clanmate.
Should probably find Alec just by kind of anywhere kind of elevated and with a kind of sleeping bag. But she'd probably have seen him train when he comes in, but he's sort of very disciplined as he's kind of sitting there in sort of tank top and jeans as he's kind of has his eyes closed, kind of legs crossed, just kind of he almost looks like he's just concentrating. As when you walk over, he'll open his eyes, kind of just cock his head very curiously like a bird, and just kind of wait for you to speak.
She looks a little bit nervous, but she does speak, and not like it's not loud, but it's not quiet either. You're Alec, right?
Yes. Alec Michelson, yes.
I'm Nikki Bonnet. We haven't been formally introduced, but I saw you a couple of times. I'm pretty sure that we're clanmates.
Yes. He kind of leaps down as he's about 6'5", so he's fairly tall. Yes. Theodore mentioned you were looking for me or something?
Yeah, well, I felt that it was a good idea to get to know people in my clan, and you said you were, so here I am.
He just kind of smirks and sticks out his hand for you. Well, I think we should do this properly then.
She sticks her hand out and shakes it.
His touch is like ice, so it kind of shoots up your arm.
Oh, she probably instinctively lets go of his hand as soon as that happens, and she goes.
He instinctively kind of retracts his hand back. Oh, I am sorry. I keep forgetting to wear the gloves. Sorry. I always forget to do that.
No, it's all right. It's okay. Just caught me off guard. Sorry. Now that I know, I can prepare. And she smiles at that, and you could tell that she's not upset by it at all, but she just genuinely was caught off guard.
So he kind of leans against the wall. You're one of ours then. He just kind of smirks a bit.
Yes.
Just kind of assesses you up and down. Like, how tall is Nikki?
Nikki is average height for a woman, about 5'5", 5'6", somewhere in there. But you've still got about a foot on her. And yeah, she has shoulder length brown hair that's kind of wavy, but she has these blue eyes they're not a traditional color blue, but they're not a weird off-putting color either. If you look at them in the right light, they look really awesome. But in just like regular light, they just look normal blue, but just slightly different. So there's just something about her eyes.
He just smiles as he's long, very long, kind of wavy blonde hair, but he has very bright blue eyes. He seems to and like a bit of a beard as he strokes it. You look like You could handle yourself. That is good. So, and how have you been then since
Um,
all this?
she gives kind of a nervous laugh. Well, I have to say that my entire life has been turned upside down. Uh, two
I think
weeks
that's the
ago,
understatement.
like 2 weeks ago, I didn't even really know any kindred, and now I'm finding myself underground with a bunch of them, uh, thrown in the middle of a war. I mean, I noticed crime was going up and stuff in the city, but didn't understand the extent of it until I met Theodore. I came to the community center where I frequent, attend a support group there.
Support group. Oh, yes. Kind of, how long have you been, if you don't mind me asking? He kind of smirks a bit, and asking your age. He kind of just gives a smile.
I'm gonna assume you're asking for my kindred age.
Well, if you want to tell me both, I really don't mind. I don't want to insult a
She
lady.
shrugs. She just shrugs. Well, I have been kindred for 6 years, and so on November 1st, which is pretty close, like a week away. Oh man, I will be 38.
He just nods. I'm also 6 years. I will be, what will I be? I will be 31? I think, yeah, 31. March sometime.
So you were embraced young.
I was embraced really young still. He just kind of smiles. But my youth is not a factor anymore.
Oh, of course, of course. Yeah, I was obviously 32 over thereabouts.
Mm. So, what do you do then, Nikki?
I am an animal doctor,
Animal doctor. Wow.
a veterinarian.
It makes sense. Practical. You have communication with animals. You just nod, sort of assessing it.
Yeah, I think that that was more of a happy accident because I was a vet, an animal lover well before I could ever. I mean, I always thought before that I could understand animals and what they were thinking and body language and stuff, and now I really can.
Yeah, I hear that. Don't. It's kind of remember. Do you remember the first time when it talks to you? You know, it's always so weird the first time.
Oh, yeah, I remember the first time that I actually heard what an animal was thinking, and I was thought that maybe I was going crazy or something, but uh, I got used to it. I mean, my sire, he kind of told me some stuff, but you know how overwhelming it is those first few nights.
Yes, it is very overwhelming. My sire is like, Alec, your cats are going to start talking to you. I did not believe her, and then suddenly, boom, cat talks to me. It was quite a shock. But I think that's the way of these things.
Sure, yeah. Um, but
You seem nervous. Are you all right? He kind of takes us. He doesn't step towards you. He just kind of stands there a bit awkward. You can tell he's a bit awkward himself.
yeah, talking about her embrace makes her very nervous. Yeah, I'm fine. I just my embrace, it was not a happy one.
I'm sorry to hear that. That is unfortunate. He gives a very actual genuine smile.
She gives a very nervous, um, smile back, appreciating his compassion. Um, that's why I attend the support group. Uh,
Ah, I see. I see. You just nods, kind of not saying anything, just kind of an understanding nod. As actually, if you look down at his hand, you'll see a wedding ring as he kind of tugs it. I know a bit about loss and all that as well. He just gives a smile.
she looks at it and she nods. Yeah, I suppose we all do, huh?
But hey, enough about that. These are troubling times. No point in bringing us down even further. You know. I saw noticed you. I noticed you didn't speak when everyone seemed loudest the other night.
Sometimes I feel that it's best to not add to the noise.
Do that to my friend Samson. That would be a remarkable thing. As he kind of laughs, as he seems more relaxed, as he kind of leans against his bag.
Before the prince met his end, he told me that Samson was one of us too. Yeah.
Yeah, Samson is definitely one of us. If you've not seen the tale,
No, I didn't quite notice. I didn't pay that much attention the other night. I was still processing everything that was happening. You know.
Samson is live wire, but great man to have at your back. You'll throw him, wade himself into the fighter for you. It's just his way, I think.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he doesn't step on too many toes. I mean, we all got to stick together in this, or we're not gonna make it.
He just nods, kind of stroking his beard. Is that why you were heading off with the Tremere? I noticed.
Yeah. Well,
Look at his smile.
she gives kind of a sheepish smile. Well, safety in numbers and all that. He wanted to go to his place and get some of his stuff, and I needed to make a phone call, and there's no cell service down here, so I thought that I'd go with him.
Makes sense. Travel in pairs.
I had to I had to call into work because, I can't exactly go to work with all this going on. So for the first time in my career, I took vacation.
Vacation time. It's always good. When you used to work in studio, vacation time was always good. But
So it's tense out there, though. I wouldn't recommend going up there if you can help it. It's yeah.
you don't look like you've seen much of the, well, how to put it, realities of sometimes being what we are. You
She
know.
gives another sheepish smile at that. No, when I had my life stolen from me, I kind of just tried to act like nothing ever happened and stayed away for the most part from other kindred and just went about my normal activities. Went to work, went to the support group. I mean, yes, I fed uh, from people I know, mostly people from the support group, um, friends. Uh, I would do get some randoms, go to bars, stuff like that. But for the most part, I just kept everything controlled, and I had my routine, and that was my life until Theodore came looking for me. I guess he saw my name in one of the old Hobbies records or something.
I get it. It's survival, and it's a form of survival. It's what we are known for. So it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just some choose different ways to do it. And I think we are the adaptable clan. We've always have been. I think
I
this is
guess.
just a little bit of a treading water situation.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. And a couple of things that I'm told aren't really normal to have happen helped in my effort to remain uh, human, I guess, to try and blend in with the society. Uh, I still have, yeah, anonymous. Yeah, there you go, anonymous. Well, I still am able to eat regular food and even taste it and keep it down for some time. It still comes back up eventually, but it's long enough to make everybody believe that I've eaten it. Um, and I have color still in my skin, so that
You are lucky.
helps.
Most do. Mm, wow.
But I
Most of us
also
don't have them.
know that I can't stay at my job for as long as I would have liked to because they're gonna notice eventually that I'm not aging. You know, I mean, I can
But
use
he
makeup
just
and
gives.
stuff for a while, but
Why would you want to use makeup? You look perfectly fine as it is. He realizes he says that and he kind of closes his eyes.
she
Um,
smiles. She smiles. Her eyes widen a bit at that too. Like,
yeah, he
well,
kind of closes his
I'm.
eyes and goes, "I'm." Um, uh,
It's
anyway,
okay.
anyway, he kind of.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Um,
I did not mean. He just kind of like trails off, kind of muttering in Russian as he kind of goes, "Who
but
is
I
that
was.
woman at the Elysium? The really gorgeous looking one, blonde hair."
Oh, that's they called her Selena, I think.
Ah, yeah,
She's the Toyota Primogen.
Imogen. He just seems to nod. I may talk to her at one stage. Maybe if I can work up the courage. He kind of smiles to himself.
She is beautiful, definitely. I mean, I don't
Ah,
normally
yes.
go for other women, but yeah, sh you can't deny that. She kind of smiles.
Smiles back as he kind of goes, ah, yes, even a bear such as myself will even appreciate her beauty when it's seen. But I might try to talk to her, even if I stumble over my words.
Yes. Well, I'd like to get to know her some more. I mean, she seems like that she's knowledgeable and stuff, and I need to learn more as much as I can, having not had the exposure that most 6-year-old kindreds have had. Uh, Although I think that I uh, did well for myself the other night in that fight. I guess my self-taught trainings paid off.
It's,
You know, I
he just
do have some hobbies. Taught myself to use knives. I like to throw them for the most part.
he just smirks self-taught behavior. You know what that is? That is called primal instinct. It's the first reaction, and some people shit themselves, some people fight. It is good that you chose the right option. It means you're alive. That's doing well. You
She
know,
smiles a very big smile at that. Like,
it is it is the most thing people seem to forget. It is that he's going to kill you. It doesn't matter how fancy you look while doing it. You know, death is death. Unfortunately, I take no relish in it, but it is what it is. I'm afraid, Nikki.
yeah, yeah, I know. I probably felt worse about it than I should have. I mean, I tried to, mentally prepare because I knew it was coming. We had a little bit of warning before they attacked. So I tried to be like, these aren't actually people. These are monsters that are trying to kill us and we got to kill them. And, and especially in the moment, I didn't think, I just attacked. It's like I wasn't there anymore sometimes.
He just smiles as he takes a step towards you, and he kind of studies you a bit, and you know what that is? That is the core of you right there. That is your very humanity fighting to survive. Some people claim it's the beast, but I don't believe that. I believe that's you fighting to
Well,
survive.
if it was the beast, wouldn't I have frenzied?
Sometimes this is the thing. Sometimes the beast speaks to us in different ways. It tells us what to do, tells us how to react, and sometimes, very sometimes, I think part of us are able to control that into using the way we need to. Like Samson, he is a wild man. Me, control. And you need to learn that as well. Control.
Mm, well, I definitely gonna try
Just don't
control.
let the just don't let it overwhelm you. Then you stop caring. That's the first step to sliding down the ladder.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure that I can stop caring. I've always cared a little too much, I think.
He just smiles kind of sadly. There are times when you stop caring, when it's numb. That's all.
Well, I
When you
mean,
fight for a long time,
except for when I was in the fight, it's like, I mean, I cared about the well-being of the people I was fighting with, but other than that, I didn't care about anything except getting rid of these people who were attacking us. And it was afterward when I was able to start processing that I did feel kind of bad, I guess, because I'd never killed anyone before.
he if he puts on, he actually does walk over and put on gloves and puts a hand on your shoulder. Death is not an easy thing. It is hard to take a man or a woman's life.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and you're not less of a person for doing that because they would have killed you. And then he kind of smiles oddly. Then, well, we wouldn't have another gangrel around, would we, to keep us all together?
She smiles. Speaking of the gangrel, any word about that friend of the regent's that was supposed to come?
No, not yet, and that worries me. I will have to investigate it. Crack a few skulls and all that.
Of course, I'll ask around myself and see if anybody needs any assistance getting him here. I'd be happy
He
to.
just nods.
Oh,
Just remember. Oh, you first. He kind of just gives a smile.
well, I feel like, since we're clanmates and all, um, I'm gonna give you something, but you can't let anybody know you have it, okay?
All right. He just gives you kind of a look, like kind of what you're going to give me.
She goes over to her bag and she pulls out one of the blood bags that she'd gotten from her apartment. And she kind of puts it under, like, in her jacket that she's wearing, and walks back over to you, and she kind of shows it to you.
He just smiles a bit and very subtly slides it under his leather jacket, kind of folding across his arms. Leans right in. You are a mischievous little one, I see. Just
Well,
with a smirk.
you can never be too prepared, I suppose.
Well, I'll tell you what. For getting me this little gift, how about if you need anything in terms of fighting or just wanting to talk about keeping control, come and see me. And maybe you can help me talk to people a bit more.
Sure. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think I need to get a little bit more proficient in my knife usage. I can throw them pretty well, but actually, like using them where I don't throw them, I did okay, but I think I need some work.
I'll show you how to manage that. And you can teach me how to actually walk up to a girl like Selena and not stumble and swear in Russian. Quite embarrassing.
I can try. I can
He just
try. No promises though, because kind of get a little awkward myself, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do about that. Also, you said you did say it's important to keep control. So I think that maybe we should speak with our buddy Samson about maybe reining it in just a little bit.
He just nods his head. Yes, that is a good idea. We will use delicate words. He is a sensitive
Yes.
soul.
We
He just
got
winks.
to we got to explain to him that there's a time and a place and he can unleash that beast on our enemies, not on our comrades.
But yes, I will. We will talk to him together. I think it's his best strategy. Just we will use sensitive words. He just kind of
Of
smiles to himself as he's
course.
saying this.
Of course, of course. Sensitive. We will be very
Just
sensitive with him. And she kind of smiles. She smiles at that too, like almost like, yeah, sensitive. Okay.
he,
We'll try.
yeah,
She's not making any promises.
he very just looks at you, kind of seriously for a second. Just he gets a bit uppity. Just bear with it for about 5 minutes, and he turns into a putty in your hands. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, but I mean, we got to stick together, not just us, all of us in the Camarilla, but us as a clan, because as the way I understand it, it's just you, me, Samson, and the guy that's coming in, and that's it. That's all the gang girls. So,
I hear that. That is planned for mine. We all need to come together. You see the Tremere doing it. You see the Venture, Toreador. It's time we all buckled in,
yes.
as we say.
Yes, I agree.
Well,
Well, I think that it's getting kind of late. I'm gonna go turn in for the day, but I'll be around. I think we're gonna be stuck down here together for a little while, so maybe tomorrow night or something we can work on my knife skills.
if you want to, you can come see me anytime. He just smiles.
She smiles back and she gives him a kind of a nod and a little wave goodbye, and she turns around and goes back to the bunk area.
Alec turns away and just mutters into his sensitive words. This will be entertaining. As he, settles down for the night.
And I think that is where we can end our scene. Thank you, players, for playing and watchers for watching.